Hello everyone, if you're looking at buying or selling a home in Beaumont, then this video is for you because we're going to be looking at exactly what's been happening in the Beaumont real estate market using the most recent statistics available, which is basically for the month of February. We're about halfway through March right now, so we're looking back at the month of February. It's still really useful to see what's been going on in the market. So make sure you watch this video so you can see what's happening. Okay, so when we're looking at the city of Beaumont, in February, the average price was $484,277, which is technically down 6.14% from January, but up 22.03% from February of last year. Here you can see the 13-month history. You can see last February we were also down 11.24%, and then in March we were up 14.23%, then down a bit, and then up for a couple more months, and then down for a few more months, and then we've been up every month since October except for February. So how come there's so much roller coaster going on here? I've mentioned this in some of my other videos for some of the surrounding communities around Edmonton. Since there's not as much sales volume, your average price is very sensitive to individual sales. If we just jump down real quick here, there was 58 sales in February. So that's not a ton of activity in terms of volume. So each one of those sales has a big impact on the average price. So I wouldn't get too hung up on the average price and be like, oh no, homes lost 6.14% of their value in February. That's not really accurate. You need to be looking at specific homes to determine their value. This is just averages and they're a little bit skewed. It's a little bit more useful if we look at the average for the year. So you can see in 2021, we were up 6.99% for the year, so basically 7%. So strong year in Beaumont, just like in Edmonton and Leduc and some of these other communities. And so far in 2022, which is just taking the first 2 months, January and February, we're up 12.68%. This number is still pretty sensitive since it's only got 2 months of data, but the one from 2021 is gonna be the most stable because you've got 12 full months of data. So far things are looking really strong if you're a seller at least. And if you just see how that compares with Edmonton 2021 was 6.25% increase. So Beaumont actually outperformed Edmonton on an average price gain. And in 2022, Edmonton's up 3.34%. So time will tell. Don't take too much inventory in this number, but it is an important metric to at least keep an eye on. So here's the number of active and sold listings. So at the end of February, we had 33 listings available on the market in Beaumont. We had 58 sales. So for our active listings, we were down 19.51% from January and down 65.26% from February. So again, similar story. Inventories are down everywhere. And what does that do? Well, it makes it a little bit more competitive for buyers out there. With 58 sales, we're up 100% from January 2022 when we had 29 sales, and we're up 61.11% from February 2021. So this 13-month history chart here just kind of shows you the balance of the market. So the bigger the green bar is at the top, the more of a gap there is between the number of sales and the number of active listings. And with us hitting 58 sales when we only had 33 active listings at the end of the month, we're redlining. We had way more sales than we even had active listings. So there would be less than 1 month of inventory if no new listings got put on the market and we continued to sell houses at the same velocity, I guess you could say. So you can see our listing absorption rates at 175%. So the odds of selling increased 148.49% compared to January and 363% compared to February 2021. That's just because of the listing absorption rate. Looking at this balance, we're selling houses faster than they're getting listed essentially in Beaumont. So last year was already pretty strong. You can see in March last year, we had 59 sales and 84 active listings. So we had about just as many sales in February as we did March last year, but we had way more inventory available last year. So that's why it's not nearly as balanced. Much stronger seller's market right now in Beaumont. And if we look at the average days on market, sitting at 32 average days on market, that's down 40.74% compared to January and down 30.43% compared to February 2021. So with 32 days on market, we came down from 54. You can see that the numbers kind of jump up and down. Again, that's partially because there's not as many listings and sales in Beaumont. So if you have one property that's been sitting on the market for 300 days and finally sells, that's gonna have a big impact on the average days on market just because there's less than 60 or homes that sell in a given month. So something to keep in mind. Now, if we look over at just the single family side of things, the average price for a single family home that sold in February was $491,983, which was technically down from January again. So again, you're still seeing that sort of up and down. There was 30 active on the market and 56 sales. And so crazy absorption rate, 186% for single family homes. You can see that most of this is in the single family homes market. If we jump over to condos, there's hardly any. The average price for a condo that sold in February in Beaumont was $268,500, and you can see that there was only 3 active listings and 2 sales. So very small market within Beaumont. There's not very many condos, and these numbers are so small I wouldn't even look at them as average numbers. But we still have a strong absorption rate, 66%. So just based on that, you could still argue it's a seller's market, but there's just so few numbers that the averages start not to make a whole lot of sense. If you look at the days on market, we have everything like a low of 4 days on market in October, probably because there was nothing for sale, and the one condo that popped up sold, or the one property that sold was sold in 4 days, kind of thing. So don't look at those too closely. If you want a copy of this report, I'll put a link in the description so you can download it. And of course, this gives you a kind of overall view of what's going on in Beaumont, but I can give you even more specifics depending on the price point you're looking at, the types of homes, and even the specific communities within Beaumont. So I'd recommend reaching out to me. You can reach me at 780-819-5508. Either call me or text me, or you can email me at trevor@trevortardif.com, or go to booktrevornow.com and select a time on my calendar, and then I will call you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Could really use your help. And let me know in the comments if you like these videos that are about some of the communities outside of Edmonton, or if you'd prefer if I just stick to Edmonton. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.